Bam, bam. Citizen open mic. Whoa. Citizen. Okay, citizens. Oh, I have to put it together. I have my people coming in already. Welcome. I'm trying to pin the. Okay, so just so we can be clear. Wow. Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the house is getting full already. And of course, welcome on board to today's episode of Citizens Open Mic. Of course, this is an initiative of Enough is Enough Nigeria, and this is where obviously we are going to have our opinion heard and eventually, get to put actions at the end of every rant and every display, because it's not just enough to rant, it's not just enough to just say how not pleased you are with the way things are going, but also to make sure that that which you want to have to be definitely must be. That's why we are saying we turn our rants into action, especially as we chart a pathway to a better Nigeria through this era that we are in, this COVID-19 era. My name is Ikechukwu Oyemike. I'm a broadcast journalist, and I want to sincerely appreciate everyone for turning up, for being a part of this. No be beans, easy to announce program like this and everybody turn up, you understand? But then, once again, welcome to the show. We're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff. You feel free to express yourself. Make your view count, because right here on this open mic, that's why it's open. Your view must definitely count. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am not going to be here alone on this platform. Enough is Enough Nigeria is the one putting us all here together. I am going to be joined by a very great personality. Apart from what brought her to prominence that we all knew her as in what brought her to the public space, she's a business person, an entrepreneur, and she has her own life going great and all. But we will never and we will always remember. I wanted to say we will never forget. We will always remember, just like the struggle still goes on, all that she did in the course of Bring Back Our Girls, which is still on, because I want to believe that struggle hasn't ended. I have with me, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to go live. I'm going to. She's already requesting that I bring her on now, so I'm going to do that. We have Aisha Yesufu live on the platform today. So Aisha Yesufu is going to be joining me. You're going to see her very, very shortly. Hello, Aisha. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Fine,
yeah, it's an honor again.
Great too.
Yeah, I am good. I'm doing all right. It's an honor to have you here again today. You're always here in our hearts, and we always happy and feel fulfilled when you're on board to lay that your strong voice behind every project and everything that we do. Okay, so distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I already have Aisha Yesufu on board. You can see. Let me quickly prepare all of us on how the direction is going to go. It's going to first of all be a conversation between myself and our guests. Then after the conversation, we all together will contribute based on the issues that we have deliberated upon. We're going to be talking about COVID-19, especially as regard the funds that came into it in the context of palliatives, treatment, testing, everything that went around COVID-19. the funding, and the not too sweet part of it, the embezzlement, like they say, because we know a lot of stuff went into it. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about Southern Kaduna killings, and then we're going to be talking about the NBA, the Nigerian Bars Association, and their decision towards the, they had their annual general conference last week. Before the conference started, they took a very big decision that made the news nationally and internationally by withdrawing the invitation earlier sent to the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai. We're going to be talking about that as well. So we're hitting the streets. Madam Aisha Yesufu, let me ask again, how are you doing?
Thank you. We have so much to talk about, and we have just less than an hour. So we have to make it.
We just have to make do with the limited time and make the most out of it. So let me quickly ask. In your opinion, do you think the COVID-19 fund was spent judiciously, in your opinion?
Absolutely not. It wasn't spent judiciously, and there's a lot of there is no transparency and no accountability. And anywhere there's no transparency, of course, you know what will happen. Corruption will happen. There's too much opaque. We are not getting accurately what the monies were used for, and you're looking at it and thinking, who are the people that were helped? There's so much. So much of the stories coming out and the reports coming out, they're not just adding up. I mean, how many millions was spent on children who were at home that was used to feed children? Now you're wondering which of the children were fed in their houses, where, when, who are those children? They're not ghost children, are they? And then if they're Nigerians, and if such an amount was spent, to be able to say, okay, I know somebody who knows somebody whose child or whose children were actually fed. I mean, we all live, even though we're on social media, not all Nigerians are on social media, but the Nigerians are on social media. At least they have reach everywhere. You have your cousins in the village, you have parents in the village, you have relatives in the village, you have relatives. We all mingle together, whatever economic ladder that somebody is, we all mingle with different people. So there are people that okay, is it somebody that sells food that you know that their children were fed, or is it somebody that works with you, or is it somebody down the street? We don't have any of that, but we have the government saying that they with this and humongous amount of money to feed students and all of that. So in my own case, no, it wasn't judiciously used. There need to be that. Yeah.
Okay. Now, from what you just said, transparency underlined, accountability underlined, and as well the fund, because a lot of money went into that project. Now, if I may ask this way, what do you think is the place of database per se, in a situation of crisis management for a country like Nigeria? What do you think is the place of database?
Data is everything. I mean, it's the gold, it's the oil, it's the new economy. You can't do anything without a database. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how many people are there that need to spend. What are the numbers of people that need to pay, how much you're using. We can't do anything. And that's the reason why we are where we have been all these years. We do things without data, nothing. And then we just count this figure. We make assumptions and then we run with it. If you ask me today, what is the real figure of how many people do we even have in Nigeria? What's the figure? Today we say 190, 170, 200, 220. You don't even know exactly what it is that we have. And there's no way, especially in this 21st century, we can't work without data. 50 years ago, maybe 50 years ago, it was possible because there weren't a lot of people and didn't count people. Even at then, they use data. I mean, they did census, they counted people. But right now, it's something that we must be strategic about. We must. It's a needed thing that we need to do. But unfortunately, we don't do that. The reason why we don't do that because it gives enabling environment for corruption to happen, and a lot of people are waiting for that corruption to happen. And before I go on, I'm going to talk that this COVID-19 funds and one of the key one of the key public officers that is in charge of it is Sadia Farouk, and this is somebody who came from the
Minister for Humanitarian.
So she's a key player in the whole COVID-19 fund saga and all of that, and she's somebody who came from the what's it called? Is it a refugee commission? The Nigeria something refugee commission. I'm not sure of the acronym. And this was allegedly put under her watch while she was there as the head of that particular commission. Dates had been given to Nigeria by Saudi Arabia. They were supposed in the month of Ramadan, a holy month of Ramadan, and they were supposed to be shared to people in IDP camps during the month of Ramadan. And then what happened is the dates were diverted, and it was, I think, the Saudi Arabia High Commissioner, is it High Commissioner they call them now, ambassador, that came in, went to the Central Mosque, and he saw this date that they had given to be shared to the people being sold. And he raised that up. And you know, the ironic thing is that, and that happened when Professor Yesufu was the acting president. Nigeria had to apologize to Saudi Arabia.
To Saudi Arabia.
Saga, the whole thing that happened. So this clearly stated that Nigeria accepted that there was corruption, that dates that were given that were supposed to be shared to people who had gone through so much and in so much pain was diverted by people and by this particular commission. And what did we do? And Nigeria as a country, instead of punishing the person who was the head of that organization, decided to reward her by giving her a ministry.
With a position.
It's business as usual to continue. So it's a continuation of the small thing that happened at the day in the refugee commission thing, and then they brought it over here to a bigger forum.
All right, may I quickly ask as well, as a matter of, because we know there are a lot of problems, a whole lot of problems, huge. Now, I'm very certain, personally, I'm certain that we're still going to have crisis in the future. Mm-hmm. What do you suggest? What do you suggest will be a better approach for situations like this, for a country like us, Nigeria, understanding fully well our precedents?
Okay, so this is the first thing that we need to do. First of all, you did say that we should be certain that there are going to be crises. So that is the biggest thing with Nigerians. We don't want to accept that crises are part of life. We would rather say God forbid, that it's never
God forbid.
So the
religion
first thing is that these things are going to happen. We should think about them. They're going to happen. Those we didn't even think about, and then always be prepared. That's the key word. And most importantly, to ensure that whatever is done, there must be accountability, there must be transparency, there must be monitoring, there must be evaluation. We can't do something and then we just walk away from it. And so it's very important for both while government are doing their own, citizens also must monitor and they must evaluate and they must check what are the things that haven't been done right. And people need to be punished when they behave badly, and people need to be rewarded when they do well. That's part of the things we are not getting right. We have a lot of agents that are supposed to manage disaster, they are supposed to think of about this, but they are more or less redundant. And from time to time, we get a new body under presidential task force, this task force, that. What is the essence of these agencies that we have all over, that we're paying them salary year in, year out, and then when emergencies come, when disasters come, they are nowhere to handle
to be found.
And then we need to have some task force as the ones that will be handling all of this situation. That's not the way to go. But the most important thing is to ensure that credible people are put in places of responsibility, in positions of responsibility. That's the only way we can get ourselves being able to be on top of situations rather than situations being on top of us.
And there's a section that says politics has been our greatest nightmare in achieving what the last statement you just made. Mm-hmm. What's your opinion on that? They say politicizing everything.
So the thing is that politics is everything. Politics is life. And I laugh when I see people. I used to be that kind of person anyway, who would say, oh, we don't want to have anything to do with politics. We don't want to have anything to do with government. We're just going to be doing our life. Every aspect of our life is affected by government, is affected by politics. And if we really want to fix Nigeria, we need to fix the politics. And the politics in the sense of getting the right people into offices, ensuring that we have a system that brings the right people into offices, ensuring that we have empowered and educated electorate. This is the way to go. and in everything that you do, because as a citizen, the moment we give up our power, we give up our sovereignty so that the government will be able to provide security and take care of the welfare of the people, right? And so it's the people we have in office that are going to ensure that they put the right people in place to head these organizations, or be there, or give the right framework for things to be done. So that's the way it is. In things of our life, I think sometimes when we talk about things being politicized, we always look at it from the negative part of
negative angle
of it. But the thing is that every aspect of life is politics. When you decided to wear this shirt today, it was politics. You have to look at certain things, whatever, before you chose it. When I decided to put on this dark green hijab that I have on today, it was politics. I had to decide between the different colors that I have. Okay, which one should I have? So, we shouldn't make it as it's a bad thing. But the thing is that for us to get things right, we need to get the politics right, because the politics is what the credible people in place that will be able to protect that will be able to protect institutions, that we have the character and not subvert institutions and be corrupt in their way and do things that will favor them or harness certain powers to themselves. So at the bottom line of it, politics is very important.
All right, thank you very much. I would like us to move quickly to the next issue that we have to discuss, and that will lead us to the last one, Southern Kaduna killings. Now, for the benefit of making everything clear to everyone live on the section right now, I would like to paint a very short background of the situation in Southern Kaduna. It's an age-long crisis, as we all know. To be very recent, at least, it started in the year 1980. Some people who say it's a century thing, that even 1980 is just too recent. But then one thing is very sure, according to certain sections of the society, some say it's religiously induced, the crisis, some say it's ethnic based, and some people have even come to describe it as something that has upgraded beyond that to banditry and other forms of criminality, kidnapping and all that. But one thing is key. People are dying, most especially women and children. And there is a very important line that is very bold here about it. Impunity and poor conviction, yes. Because if people are punished, there will be certain lessons that they will learn, and it will be an example to others. So impunity and poor conviction has also been a key thing about this matter. Even the governor of Kaduna State recently in an interview pointed out those key things. Now, my question is this. What needs to be done urgently, first of all, to at least give us that immediate soft landing to enroute peace, then thereafter totally solve this problem in Southern Kaduna? What needs to be done, madam?
I would say the first thing that needs to be done is the acknowledgement by government itself that it has failed to protect its people. It's not about excuses. It's not about how long this crisis has been. It's not about whether it's older than our grandparents. What it's like, you said, people are dying, and that's the key thing. So when government first of all admit to the fact that, look, we have failed the people, and the people are being killed, and this is not acceptable. That is number one. The next thing, of course, is to call the people of Kaduna State, and most especially by the governor of Kaduna State, people in Southern Kaduna State, to say to them, look, I'm sorry for what has gone on. It has gone on too far, and I'm saying to you from today henceforth, this needs to stop. That is second. And then the next thing, so that in a way brings up where people feel the confidence in the state to be able to protect them. Because any country that cannot protect the lives and properties of its people, it's not fit to be called a country or a government. It's not fit to be called a government. And then the next thing, of course, is for Kaduna State to call out the governor, to call out on the federal government and say, look, our people are being killed here, and you need to do something about it. And that's, for me, is where I am dumbfounded when I see the everybody of today, who is so vocal, who we all heard his voice in 2012, 11, 12, 2013, 2014, how he held government accountable, of the killings of people in Nigeria, abduction of people in Nigeria. By the way, students have been, 4 students and a teacher have been abducted. The doctor hasn't even said anything, not a word from him. The same thing that he was that he made demand on former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan for exactly the same thing that he's doing right now. So on the issue, so why is this quiet? Why is this silent? Call on the federal government to say, look, you need to come and protect our people. Call on the president. The president is the commander-in-chief, and we all know the way security situations are. The security apparatus in Nigeria, which is to say, everything lies in the hand of the commander-in-chief. The state governor, as the chief security officer, really doesn't have much power. He's just sort of like a figurehead who buys vehicles. He can only speak. And some people have said that, why do we think, why is there so much emphasis on the Kaduna state government, for example, when killings happen in southern Kaduna, but you don't find the same thing in when killings happen in Katsina? And then the simple answer is the fact that the Kaduna state governor has always come out to empathize with his people, have always taken responsibility. He has said they haven't protected the people, unlike the Kaduna state governor, who makes excuses for the killers, who is saying that it's the victims themselves that are killing themselves, who sort of like have taken sides, and that's what makes the difference. And if people haven't forgotten, when Zamfara State was equally irresponsible in the way he handled the government and the feelings of his people, Nigerians were against him. So this is not a personal vendetta against El-Rufai because people don't like him. We once saw a Governor Yari of Zamfara State. When people were being killed in Zamfara State, he was making all sorts of excuses. He was blaming the people. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. The Nigerians were against him. And when another governor came in, Metawelli, Bello Metawelli, is there right now, who has taken responsibility, who is there, that nobody is focused on them and blaming them, other than, of course, to still make this demand. So these are the key things that need to be. And then most important, intelligence gathering. We can't fight this war without intelligence gathering. Nigeria is going, what is DSS doing? What is DMI doing? What is our Nigerian police for their own intelligence gathering unit? What are they all doing? They're focused on activists. They're going after people who are making demands on government, people who are calling out the failure of government, rather than going after terrorists and infiltrating their camps and getting all the information and going after them. So these are the we ought to start doing, and honestly, we are not doing that.
All right, I would like to quickly, because over time, a lot of moves have been made to resolve this issue in Southern Kaduna. From the last we can gather that history helped us to gather, there were several commissions. White papers ended those commissions and all. And in 2016, if you remember very well, the same governor El-Rufai, gave out something that looks like, I think, will I put in an amnesty or some money to just keep some people silent. The headsmen that were going to go on a reprisal attack, he gave them money to just calm them. And today we are having the issue again coming up. It therefore means that certain measures are not working. What measures do you think, as a governor or as a state government or federal government, what strict measure, what decisive measure should we take or should they take to have that solution just go away, to have that problem just go away, if possible?
So for the governor, for Governor Nasir El-Rufai to have given money out to bandits, like he said, to stop them from attacking the people. I remember how he defended that he can't very well. That means he knows them. So if you know why you're not going after them, why are you allowing them to kill your people and to kill Nigerians? So that's one thing. The first thing that needs to happen is for the Nigerian government to think about, to take the Nigerian life as being important. Right now, the Nigerian government does not see the Nigerian life as important, and so it can be wasted, and they really don't care. Nothing happens. Let me give you an example. If a rich man is killed in Nigeria, or a rich man, or a powerful man, guess what? The killers are immediately reached out, no matter where and how. But when a poor man is killed, nobody cares to pick out the killers. So it means that there are some lives in Nigeria that are more important than other lives, and that's why we continuously say that no Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. The state should look after every life the way it should look after any life. And that's part of the thing that we must go through. So the first thing that I said is that intelligence gathering. There needs to be intelligence. And let's even ask you, for example, as a citizen, you and I, if you have information today, real information that will lead to something, who are we going to look at? Where's the number that we can anonymously call?
Okay.
Who are the?
That's a big one.
For example, like you don't tell me to use my cell phone, and then you're going to trace my cell phone, and then you're going to tell the terrorists or the bandits or whatever, and then tomorrow you're going to come after my family, because that's part of a lot of the things that happened in the Northeast. You find that people report Boko Haram members, the next day they come after those people and their family and kill all of them. And so, if you say today, for example, you have places where people can go to phone lines, though we don't have them anymore, these call places, all these phone booths, where you can just phone booths, and make anonymous calls to police, and you'll be protected. Nobody knows who you are because you made a call from a phone booth. They use your cell phone. Nobody can trace it. Nobody even have anything like that. We don't have. Intelligence gathering, like I said earlier, we must begin to check. First of all, right now, Nigeria needs to reform the whole security system. Our security system is corrupt. There's so much corruption there. We saw the fact that, for example, the chief of army staff used to be the procurement director, where billions of naira were looted within the military. And then what happened? He was rewarded to be chief of army staff. He was said to have houses in Dubai worth millions of dollars. And then they came with a story that he had snake farm and all of that.
He has snake farm.
In 2014, I think, or 2015, the Iraqi government did a forensic audit of its military, and they were able to find 50,000 ghost soldiers. If Nigeria doesn't say how many ghost soldiers we're going to find, ghost soldiers, unlike ghost workers, don't just take away money. Ghost soldiers kill people. Because, for example, you're supposed to have 1,000 soldiers at this particular place. There are only 500 or 400 or 300. Guess what will happen? The place is wicked. When these enemies, when these bandits or terrorists come, they're going to kill the people there. So these are major issues. We need to reform our security agents, all of them, DSS, all of them, reform them, and so we have the right people with the right the reason why they are in there. And then, of course, most importantly, Nigeria needs to recruit people into the security system. We have overloaded civil service. We are paying too many people in the civil service who aren't doing anything, who don't have jobs to do. We are giving them welfare, and yet they go to offices. Some of them don't even go to offices, and they have a sense of entitlement that the government needs to see them when they are not really doing anything. Even better, we keep them on welfare. Let them be appreciated that they are on welfare. Rather, the money from here can be used and put in places where they are needed. Places like security. We need a lot of security. We need community, no doubt about it. We need serious community policing, where people there, right people train, and they'll be able to take care of their community. The passion that I will have for my people in my place is different from when you bring somebody else and come and put it there. They are not his people. He's not going to have that same passion. He doesn't understand the terrain. He doesn't know policing. So community policing is also key. Having the manpower. Why can't we employ millions right now into the security, the different security apparatus and agencies that we have, and begin to do something about it. There are so many things that we can do at once and begin to address this. Unfortunately, it's something, whether you say the Southern Kaduna issue is age long, is decade long, it's over half a century, it doesn't matter. What about all the other insecurity across Nigeria? Are they also decade long? Are they also half a century long? There is a failure of governance, and this is one thing we must understand. And I think one of the things also is that the citizens also are, they enable government to keep abdicating their responsibilities. And there's something I call administration bias. Administration are biased in the sense that you find that many people now talk about Southern Kaduna killings, but they never spoke about Southern Kaduna killings before. Even some of them that are actually from Southern Kaduna, when PDP was in government, they insulted us when we were bringing attention to those killings just because they like the administration. And right now, you have some people who used to talk about the Southern Kaduna killings. They no longer talk about the Southern Kaduna killings just because they like the administration.
People who are in power.
And in this way, we continuously make excuses for government. Excuses are like shoes, and you always find the one that fits. I always say this, and we need to stop. Government is
okay.
continuum, and we must ensure that we solve the problem.
All right, that was big, and let me just go straight to the last part of the question. We're going to take it from where we just ended, where we just stopped. The Southern Kaduna killing is linking us to where I'm going to now. That's what I mean. Let's talk about the governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru El-Rufai. Yeah, you know, recently he was in the news about the NBA withdrawing that invitation. What do you think of that withdrawal? Do you think the NBA was right for withdrawing that invitation? Yeah, please. That's loud enough. It's loud enough.
Yes, okay. Absolutely right in withdrawing that invitation. And I think for me, it's something I call Niger call of shame. And I've always said that, look, Nigerians, we must begin to let public officers who are behaving badly know exactly that they're behaving badly and where they have done wrong, it should be. And I think it wasn't in the NBA, it wasn't just that NBA just up and they decided to invite him. I like to call him an NBA rejectee. It was that members of the body themselves wrote
the national
we do not want this man as our defense. And I think for every leadership, that's the way it should be. You should listen to your people. And if the government also, for example, even the El-Rufai himself listens to his people, he would never have been in a position whereby his invitation would be taken away. And for me, it's an amazing decision, and it shouldn't stop there. And we must take it further anywhere we see public officers who are not behaving well. We need to shame them. I've always said it. At events, stop taking selfies with them, stop smiling with them, stop standing and giving them
stop celebrating
when they don't. When they come in, don't stand up for them. You know, if they are at an event and they are speaking anyhow, walk out of the event. We must let them know how we feel. We can't meet them and begin to smile at them and begin to do all of that. And then when we are alone, we complain about the kind of bad things they are doing. Everybody has been in the public place, has been behaving badly as a public. As a governor, and then he wants to be given this accolade that he doesn't deserve. He wants to be respected. If he wants to be respected and given accolade, he should do the right thing. He hasn't been with his people who are being killed. He has rather blamed the victims who are being killed. He has said that they are the and the ones who are organizing these killings because they need to collect brown envelopes, they need to collect grants from abroad and all of that. Who does that? When it comes to rule of law, he doesn't obey rule of law. As Zenzaki is still in captivity. The court have granted him bail. Why has he not been granted bail? El-Rufai has had 1,001 things to say about the fact that why he doesn't have out of bail. So we cannot have people who do not obey the rule of law go and begin to talk to people about
okay. Let me take you on this same issue, but I want to extend it to a broader picture. You know, at that same conference, the NBA's conference that ended last week, the vice president was there. He gave a speech representing the president of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, my question is this: the president and the vice president are saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that Nigerians are safe, first of all, security of lives and property. So Southern Kaduna is a sub in this entity called Nigeria. So if, as much as we can say El-Rufai has failed his people, in that same context, if we want to extend it, we can also say the president and the vice president has also failed the people in that context. But the vice president gave a speech at that same conference. So that was why I asked if the NBA was really right for denying El-Rufai that platform by withdrawing the invitation and allowing the president, through the vice president, to give a speech.
The NBA was absolutely right. I'm going to explain to you. So first of all, let me put it clear. The president, the vice president, they have failed Nigerians. many Nigerians have been killed over their watch. Their incompetence have led to a lot of citizens being killed. They haven't done anything about it. So the thing you need to look at is the fact that the NBA extended their invite to El-Rufai, Wike, Obasanjo, the president, and whoever, all of them, right? The NBA was not the one that now came and said, woke up and said, oh, we're withdrawing El-Rufai school. El-Rufai was withdrawn because members of NBA protested against
precisely.
So it was against his invitation. If enough members had protested against that of Osinbajo, I don't know whether because he's a lawyer, whether he has to be better, he can be there and not speak. And all the other ones that people now use this for, then of course, why not? All of them should be disinvited. All of them. There are many Nigerians that can speak there. There are many lawyers who are qualified to speak there. And I think what we need to do is to focus on the fact that it was members that, there were petitions speaking to NBA. It wasn't that, because in the first place, if you're using this analogy to say, oh, why did the vice president now? Then in the first place, that the NBA did not even extend an invitation to everybody, but they did. It was the people that protested. And so the people didn't protest enough against that of the president or the vice president being there and the rest of it. I see a lot of people who have used the issue of the former president Olusegun Obasanjo being at the conference with what happened in the OD massacre, the Zaki Bia massacre, why the biggest. I know for me the lovely is that okay, fantastic. So now you are putting together. So that means you agree that there is massacre in Kaduna State. For example, you saw a lot of we have a lot of faction. All of a sudden, this state NBA, the Northern NBA, the Muslim NBA, whatever, they are coming out to defend El-Rufai, to stand for El-Rufai. And one of the things that they kept saying is the fact that if Obasanjo is going to be there, Obasanjo had done Zaki Biam, Obasanjo had OD massacre. So at last, they do agree that there's a massacre going on in southern Kaduna. But they are angry that he was disinvited for that massacre, but they are not angry at the massacre. And I mean, they need, every one of them need to sit down and actually check that humanity, because it's really what.
Wow, it's been a very interesting moment and section so far. And I would like to end this particular part of this conversation on this note. You came to the public scene, like we all knew you from that very project that you embarked on with the Bring Back Our Girls campaign thing. And from there, from the Chibok girls, he went to Dapchi. And now, like you mentioned earlier, Chikun has joined the GSS3 students that were taken from that Prince Academy. What have you been doing, or what are you going to do about the situation with the GSS3 students?
The situation with GSS3 students is the fact that for me, I've taken it on in the sense that I mention it on my Twitter handle every day, and I try to ensure that we don't forget that students have been taken away and been silent, and it's really painful. When you look at these things, and I'm just trying to bring up something right now, because I think part of the things we need to get is that, see, they are not just children. There is Happy Ozoji, who is 14. There is Miracle Danjuma, who is 13. And Favor Danjuma, who is 9. Miracle and Favor are sisters. Favor was taken away from home, and then Miracle was taken away from school. Then we have Bako, who is 15. And then we have Christiana Madugu, who is the teacher. These are the people who were taken away, and they were silent. Not the same way that happened during Chibok girls. Schools have closed down because of in 2014, and they replaced because of COVID-19. And then they decided, let them pick, because there was SSP, let them quickly come together and have only the final year students in school and write this exam, which was what happened with this one. In their own case, both GSP and SSP were there, and they were taken away, and there was silence from the government. The government hasn't said anything yet. I think today is about 8 days. The government hasn't said anything, both the state and the federal government. In the case of Chibok, it took 19 days before President Goodluck
Before,
finally said
yes.
anything about Chibok girls, and that was when, and it took 15 days before the Bring Back Our Girls movement started on the street, started the physical march on the street. Meanwhile, the hashtag Bring Back Our Girls movement started on the 23rd of April 2014. So it's and we don't think to learn. And the same thing that happened with Chibok girls happened with that girl. Well, today we have 5 of them died during that process, and we still have near Sharibu in the hand of captors. So for me, it's something that I feel it's something I take very personal, because I know what it is to be a child of the poor. I know in Nigeria, when you're poor, you're faceless, nameless, and voiceless. I keep saying the same, and I'll keep repeating myself, because it's just a fact. And you're not seen as a human being. You're not seen with any dignity. You're not seen as what anything. People will rather want to forget you and all of that. I bet you, if these children that were taken, that I just mentioned, and they were taken from Kaduna, if they were children of that had the surname of Osibanjo, if it was Kike Osibanjo or Hanan or Zara Buhari or the children of Palestina taken away, I tell you, the government would be silent. But of course, because they are children, these are children of the government would rather be silent and do nothing about it. Until the Nigerian life matters to our government, they will keep killing us anyhow, and the government wouldn't do it.
Thank you very much, madam. Until the Nigerian life matters to everyone and everywhere, we will not, in the pidgin parlance, we will not go see front, like as we like to put it in pidgin. If it no matter, we will not go see front, because we just dey for one side, and the other side go be like, say, now they can't near God pass, basically.
And the one way they want to do the other way, they go think that the matter not go reach their turn. They think they go fast. They go do like man. They go hear man when it comes to their turn. That's what they need to come.
Your pidgin quite even sweet past the English.
You know, trust me. Now I don't be bad now. Now pidgin with the face. Now the face talk down. The pidgin, other is when they get on a packaging. Now the pidgin.
Not to go to school.
You say get that?
Yeah, no, I said not to just show say we go school. No, made them not to say whether.
You get that? Make them say we go we find our rock games. Anyhow, if they want that we grant. They want
we give them.
With the speaker. The one we go enter our king, we enter that level. No shake.
True. All right, it's been awesome. Seriously, it's been awesome and wonderful. Before we. Not like you're leaving, but before we now open the floor to everyone, because it's open mic basically, so everyone will get to air their opinion and mind. You can begin to drop your comments, so I'll be reading them as they are going through. I see Ogu Dimpa, I see you Nigeria Image Foundation, I see you Chris Tree, I see all of you. A lot of people have been in this section. How would you like to, because whether we like it or not, some people will say this is 2023 in a way, with all the drama playing, the politicking and all. It's just about rubbing the election in our faces and still telling us that you can't do nothing. We're still going to have our way through. What do you have to tell Nigerians in few words? What will you have to tell Nigerians?
What I would say to Nigerians is that we never do. Every time they will take on people, like say on the tennis pool. These people are already coming together, they are congregating, they are already forming, they are already aligning themselves for 2023. They are already putting every motion in place. Meanwhile, what they do, the citizens are busy fighting each other, you're killing each other, you're abusing each other, you are insulting each other, you are still asking who did you vote for 2015, who did you vote for 2019? Yesterday died last night. Now is the issue. 2023 is the issue. If we make the same mistake again, we're going to face the same consequences of our mistake. Over the years, we've been voting in people, we've been voting in charlatans who don't have capacity, who don't have competence, who don't have character, who have zero integrity, who are not patriotic, who do not care about the nation. We vote them into office. When we go to pray, we abdicate our responsibilities to God. We fight for God and leave our fight to God. Instead of us to stay now and begin to look at who are the people who care about us, who are the people when we talk with, they listen to us. When it comes to structure, you will say, oh, it's only as people you can vote in, Buhari or Atiku. But when you need for somebody that will fight for you, right, looking for the Dr. Obiel, where they show what they are cool. You know the people that you vote for structure, for politics, and the people that will be the ones to make the man. And you wonder why when they get into office, they don't care about you when you leave, they don't care about your welfare, they don't care because you haven't shown it. And it is time Nigeria to understand that they are the structures. It is not the politicians and the parties. The people are the structures. And whoever you decide to vote for will matter. I see a lot of people today who are angry that the National Assembly isn't there for Nigeria. The National Assembly, why would they be there for Nigeria? Is it Nigerians that voted for them? No. 99% of the people in the National Assembly, if they had gone under other parties, they wouldn't have won. You didn't vote for them. You voted for APC and PDP. So their loyalty and allegiance is to the people who give them the party and not the people who voted, because they know the people who voted didn't vote for them individually, they voted for the party. It is high time. One thing that I would say to Nigerians, I hope it enters. Election is not a love affair. Politics is not a love affair. You can vote for somebody even when you hate the person. As long as the person is competent, the person has capacity, the person has character, the person is patriotic, the person can give you innovative leadership. So let us stop taking our love affair. Let us stop remove our heart in voting. Let us move our head. Forget the emotions. Who is it that can best do the job? Give it to that person to lead and get it done. And then what do we do as citizens? We hold the person accountable. You cannot vote and go home and think. Everybody must occupy their office of citizen, and that's what we need to do. Otherwise, this thing will continue, and then they will take us to
the play us like they will play us like tennis. Seriously. Wow, it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. So I'm going to open the mic now. So the mic is open. Oluwa Shegun Ayodele said, God will bless you for that talk. So you can now begin to drop your comments. The mic is open now, and if possible, I don't know if I can be taking 1 minute for everyone. So just call me. I will take your call, and then you just do your 1 minute, or you can ask your question while she's still with me on the platform. Just pop up your question, type it, I will read it, and if she needs to make any remark or make any comment on it, let's just have it come. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as it is, we are still on this platform, the Citizens Open Mic, brought to you by Enough is Enough Nigeria. EIE Nigeria is the handle on Instagram, of course, across social media platforms. So the talks still they go on. Begin to bring your comments. Make I scroll through. I see you, Simply Beam. I see you, Olaide Christiana. I see you here. Make una talk. Now make us come here. Una talk. Ogudimpa, Real Glory. Make una begin talk now. Time don't open for now. We don't hear the ginger, because the main idea is to make this first section ginger. Make I find out more. Make I find out.
Wait, may I find now where the rush go? Now I mine. I just send message to me. No, let me just.
Oh, I see. Am I there? Am I?
My brother,
My bagger, big bro, I greet you, bros. Now you know, see.
This country, I tell you, Emma, this country, I don't know whether I know Tabi now, they're around now. Maybe let them know this country all of us. They cannot oppress us. They might have oppressed our parents. They try to oppress us. They cannot. We will resist them everything, and we will ensure that they don't oppress our children. So no Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian.
I go even like if MI just drop in and give us one or two, because I know say MI is strong for this kind of movement. So he has the voice, he's strong. So bros, if you don't mind if you drop in, just give us a moment. We know say you there, so the ginger don't increase. You understand? The ginger don't increase like.
You know, let me tell you something. You know who's not sent me a message? You know where I'm at. You know, I'm not in your class. Am I?
Am I about that section? Yeah, so like let me use his popular line, the short black boy from J Town. So but now this one a short black boy, we get rubber. Olade Christiana say when are youth going to rule us? That's a big question. Oh. When are youth going to rule us?
When youth are ready, they can. When they are
Mm,
ready, when they understand that they are not slaves, they are citizens,
mm,
when they know that they don't have to defend leaders that have failed them, whether it is
eh,
Jonathan, whether it is Buhari, whether it is Atiku, whether it is Aisha,
mm,
you don't need to defend anybody, any of the older generation, and they realize that
mm,
they are leaders of today, not leaders of tomorrow. There's no tomorrow. I am 47. They told me that we are leaders of tomorrow. See me here now. I can't believe that
you know,
Emmy's there. So it's a
now
big
when
fat lie. And so we
yeah,
begin to take it up now and use the numbers that they have. But if you like, me
mm,
on not use a number, me on sit down there, me on they wait for me, for us. My generation, I forget. I mean, I call my generation the forgotten generation. Some of us born in the 70s, from early 70s down to that, we are forgetting generation. Those of you born in the 80s, take this into your hands. Otherwise, you have to sit down there.
mm.
You will see you as the papers you.
Emma is still the talk. Aisha is the epitome of leadership. That's huge, bros. I greet you. Thank you again for that. I see they wait for you. If you go fit join us, just drop 1 or 2 for everybody. Onyinye
Thank you,
Ojaku
bro.
say, yeah, Onyinye Ojaku say, how can these new parties gain capacity to win the incumbent parties who are leveraging on the power and funds already available to them? You have to say something about that?
That's a big one. So first of all, what we have is that we have people who have looted our funds and they use it to
Yes.
buy themselves into power. It's a major thing. And what I want
Mm,
Nigerians to understand is that look, we must put our money where our votes are. It's not just to vote a
mm,
candidate, it's to contribute your vote. If it's 1,000 you have, give it to that candidate. The right
true.
candidate you have, if it is 2,000, if it is 10,000, contribute. It is when you contribute, you vote there, they will go in there and do your work. When they come in with their money and pay people and get there, they will not do anything. But most importantly, the parties also need to come together. And that was what was supposed to happen in 2019. I was on the campaign team of Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, and several times there were arrangements for there to be that coalition for parties to come together. But a lot of the candidates didn't want that. And at the end of the day, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili decided to step down and step out of there. So how my champion this and you guys come together, let's have one. Remember, there was even this we had what that we call it summit of the alternative, just to get that one. Everybody said that, oh, they wanted to be president, everybody wanted. Buhari has so much brought that office. First of all, Jonathan, then Buhari added that, made that office into not that everybody that, oh, they have the president. After all, Buhari and Jonathan the president. We know the president. Anybody who is president, everyone became the
Yes,
president.
true.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is for this party people to come together, especially at the presidential level. But you know what our focus should be on? Not just the presidential level. We must focus on the national assembly and the state houses of assembly. That's where the main democracy takes place. If we have to vote different parties, every member, let him come from different parties, so be it. When they get there, they will now align and form 2 major parties, and we have a new bill of 2 major parties. But we must begin to look at candidates. And one thing I want people to do that please don't voting out of here. You say you don't want to waste your vote. You will only vote for who are that have from APC, PDP. Didn't PDP this? You don't see where the vote to. So is it not better you
Consider and get structure.
and you say because of structure, we lose now. Lose. Whether you carry second or you carry last, now lose.
Yeah.
I only want to
Last carry first to win.
now they know. Now so at the end of the day, don't vote out of fear, vote out of conviction. Even if you are the only person that is voting, vote that one person and know that yes, my vote, I gave it to the most capable person. That's why for me, people call me to say, don't you regret that you voted for 2015? I say absolutely not. I have no regret because I didn't just vote because people were voting. I voted because I knew out of these 2 options, which were bad options, which I mentioned in 2015 that they were bad options, I had to make a choice. Some people with that, there were other people. Unfortunately, I didn't know any of the other candidates. In short, up to today, I don't even know their names. The only person I knew her after the election was Professor Remi Sonaya. And for me, I say in 2011, I didn't vote Buhari, I didn't vote Jonathan. I voted Ribad. So I vote my conviction. That's why I don't have any regret. And my own is that before the election, I made demands on Jonathan. I held everybody accountable for the things I hold him accountable. During the election, I held him accountable. While he was acting president-elect, I held him accountable. When he was sworn in, I held him accountable. Until the day he leaves, I told him that I will hold him accountable. And as long as he leaves, I will still hold him accountable for the things he has not done in the second. Simple. It's nothing personal. It's about the nation.
Somebody something. So I'm reading a couple of comments here, and it's bordering on financially supporting the new political parties, the smaller ones as it is. So Olade Christiana is saying, Olade.Christiana is saying, who is going to support the new parties financially? And this K1_TH is saying, how do we educate those in the rural areas? How do they get to be involved in this kind of platform so that they can be educated?
Yeah, fantastic question. So the thing is that who is going to support them? You and I are the ones that are going to support them. We are going to give the money that we have. We are going to give our 1,000, our 10,000. Governance is everything. It affects our lives. Let's look at the businesses are down. Policies that government have made has led to a lot of businesses collapsing, a lot of businesses on the edge. Money, the value of our wealth has gone down. So if you have donated your 10,000, your money to a political party, a particular you believe in, it's not a loss. It's a gain for all of us, and that's what people policy should be. When people are bringing their money or going to bank to go and borrow money to run for election, definitely it means that when you get there, they're going to steal. They're going to steal from you. They're going to
make interest.
Yes, to replace what they have. It's a business for them. And so we all must do that contribution. And then to that side, to that other question, fantastic question, how do we talk to the rural people? Guess what? Every one of us have I call it a circle of influence. We have people in the rural village. Our parents are there, our aunties, our grandmothers, our uncles. All of us have someone somewhere in the rural village setting. We have people that we deal with, people who are telling people who are not educated. The education that we have is not for us. Millions of others who are not educated. So it is time for us to begin to talk to them right now. Tell them the impact of vote and their life. When they come to you to ask you for money to pay school fees, tell them that government is the one that is supposed to provide good quality education for them. And they don't need to ask for school fees if there were good quality education in our primary and secondary schools. It's only university that you now say
yes, true.
Intelligent students, they can get scholarships. And then if people are really educated, with secondary school education, a lot of people can do many things while they are working towards getting university education, either through grants, through student loans, and all of them. Let them know that it is not normal that when somebody has kidney failure, that they go around asking for money. It is the government that is supposed to provide the health care to do that. Let people know that when they come asking for food, that's not the way it is. Government is supposed to put subsidy on food so that food is cheap. When farmers produce the stuff, government should buy it off them and be able to sell them at subsidized rates to citizens so that food will be there. Because I've said this thing in 2015 that as long as we don't have security, we cannot have security in Nigeria. It's as simple as that. And we have major
let's there is a joke here, so I'll just read it to you. I don't know if you have seen it. Aisha, off your mic. Oh. Somebody is telling you to off your mic. Oh.
Yes,
Honorable, distinguished Aisha. Off your mic.
Let me just say this thing. That the other day, my daughter was saying to me, Mommy, I think what she was saying, why do Nigerians make jokes out of everything, no matter how serious it is? And I said to her, it's a coping mechanism. Because we cannot cope with the reality of what we have on ground. Because we cannot challenge ourselves to challenge the issues on ground. So we rather joke about, laugh about, and like make it a non-issue. Because if we make it an issue, we would need to deal with the issue. So over time, you see the different things that have happened. Instead of us focusing on all the allegations coming out from all of that, we pick that one thing, which is now what we use all the time. Off your mic, you don't do honorable. I mean, you didn't even add honorable. So with honorable off your mind. So that conflict mechanism, and unfortunately, Nigeria, we are in an abusive relationship with our leaders, and we allow them to treat us badly to the extent that when we see people who treat us decently, we are distasteful of that.
Now, let's quickly address this one as well. Nigerian politics, our political space, and money is key, especially as it operates right now, as obtainable right now. How do we to go out of this to where we have in mind the Nigeria that we dream of? We need to do away with the money and the politics marriage.
There's no way we can do away with money. Politics is money, no doubt about it. Let's not kid ourselves. We need to be, in everything that I do, I like to be pragmatic. We need to be pragmatic. Politics is all about money. So the thing is that instead of us waiting for a few money bags who have stolen Nigeria dry, who want people to be there that will be stooges to them that they can use, being the ones to bankroll political campaigns and all of that. Why don't we, the people, begin to bankroll our political campaigns? And this is what I've said. It's 1 million Nigerians. There are 1 million Nigerians that can afford 1 million, 1,000 naira to donate to the candidate. Guess what? That would be 1 billion naira. And I tell you, 1 billion naira, you can do so much. So the thing is that we, the people, should begin to bank. So we can't say that we want to have people in power without putting our money there. I've been on political campaign. I put my time, I put my money, I put my mouth, I put my life on the line, everything. And we need to begin to do that. All you need to do, let 1 million Nigerians donate 1,000 naira to a candidate or a party. It's 1 billion naira. And it's 1,000. We are not that poor that we cannot get how many people that we do 1 million naira. That's one thing that we must understand.
So how do we now handle the issue of trust in that regard? Because I put my fund into a campaign or into a project. Eventually, the person wins. Let's just assume that. How do you now handle the issue of trust and the fact that power is another thing that makes people just change?
Yes, absolute power corrupts absolutely. So the thing is that the moment you put your money in, you put somebody, the person has to be accountable to you, right? No, there are no money back. One of the mistakes that Nigeria makes is that after voting, they don't hold people accountable. And that's the reason why we must all occupy our offices of the citizen. And he has always been talking about this office of the citizen. Dr. Obiang has been talking about office of the citizen. People must occupy it. There are two, according to Dr. Obiang, there are two sides of governance, the demand side and the supply side. Those that we voted for, they will supply governance. We that voted for them, we will demand for good governance. So if you don't make demands for good governance, what normally would happen is that bad governance will be supplied to you, because bad governance is the easiest thing to supply. And so people must know that you can't just vote to go home and speak. No, you vote, you keep a top high, and you make demands on the people you voted for. It doesn't matter whether you voted for them. The moment you enter there, you and them are personal no grata. If I was on the team of Dr. Obiang, and I've said it before, I'm going to repeat it again. If Dr. Obiang had won the 2019 election, after the moment she wins, I'm done with her. I'm here as a citizen making demands on her and calling out anywhere that she doesn't meet the expectations of the people. And when Dr. Obiang becomes president of the future and that, I will be here making demands on her. My business is to make demands on her. My business is not to like her. The president, I don't need to like you. You've been voted for, and you need to do what you need to do. Don't do what you need. I'm going to call you out. It doesn't matter that, yes, right now, I know you personally, I call you and all of that. The moment you're president, the decision you make affects every one of us. It's Nigeria first, not any city, not any leader first.
Yeah, Yemi Grace is saying office of the citizen. You have to participate. Everything she's saying here is just about participation. Register, select, you vote, then protect. You know, you have to protect your vote. You protect your right of citizenry. You just make sure you're participating, because I think one of the major problem too, or the major concern about our people is, I beg you, they don't already arrange them. You know, that attitude, that spirit. They don't already, waiting go be. They don't know themselves.
No,
and I think that's
no mind now they don't want to do the right thing. The thing is that if your vote don't matter, politicians will not be giving you money. It matters. They just want you to believe it doesn't matter. Maybe you sit down for us, maybe they do what they want to do. People will just sit down for a house. The only thing that you say now is the fact that there's so much. How do I put it now? There's so much violence involved, and that's the reason why we must all collectively demand for electoral reform. The moment the Supreme Court decided that what you call it, that the card reader was not admissible in the law, the Supreme Court sort of like put violence in Nigeria, brought back violence into Nigerian country.
But I think that judgment is a big land. It has been a big thing with our electioneering system.
Yeah,
that judgment.
I don't know how those people decided to come at that judgment. Honestly, I just don't know what they were thinking. And I always ask myself, how do they even live themselves, knowing that they made such a judgment? And it was PDP that went to Oyemike from Rivers State, and they got that job. And because of that, now they know if they can kill anybody, they can call any result. At the end of the day, it will be that it doesn't matter now who will go to Supreme Court and who has money or whatever influence power will be the man to get the to win. So the most important thing we need to do now is to ensure that we get that electoral reform in place. Otherwise, vote matter. If vote don't count, politicians will not pay for it.
And talk about the president. I would have expected that by now the Electoral Act as amended, he declined to assenting to before the election. He should have done that by now, like ordinarily, because are we supposed to wait for another 3 years or quarter to election again before we start talking about it?
My goodness. One of the things that I like about the president is that he never hides his state for Nigeria. He never hides who he is. He shows Nigeria who he is. Nigerians are just trying to give him a different coloration. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about legacy. He doesn't care about life. He doesn't care about Nigeria. He's not patriotic. And the excuse he gave them was that it was too close to election. You would think that if it was somebody who was really somebody, he would focus right now on ensuring that Nigeria gets the electoral reform that is needed. Make it a very strong. So that no matter what we say, we not say, things were bad during Buhari or did, we can say, but he did the electoral reform, and for that one, we then he doesn't seem to care. This is somebody who is in the second term, who wouldn't need to be voted for again, but yet he doesn't even understand anything about giving back a legacy. And this is somebody who absolutely, whose words mean nothing. He has so repeatedly he doesn't have integrity, he doesn't have capacity or competence. I mean, he's just a dundee. He doesn't care, and that's just the fact about it.
Olaide Christiana is mentioning INEC here. So can we even trust the INEC officials? Okay, that brings me to the issue with INEC, because I think as a major stakeholder in the election process, electoral process as it is, how have they fared well? Have they really fared well? Because as INEC really,
they have not fared well, and at the same time, they have also fared well. If I may use that term, let me put it that there are a lot of places. I'm going to come, and you might see my eyes busy a little bit. Just bear with me a little bit. You know, I normally have a program at 9 p.m. So I'm just going to take that off and everything. So what I would say is the fact that they have not really fared well, and then they have done well in certain aspects. The law hasn't been with them, so that's one thing. In terms of the card reader was an amazing thing that was brought into the 2015 election, and that was why they were standing, and that was why you saw people giving in and everything, because everybody thought the card reader was admissible in court, but then there was a flaw why the legislative this thing was going on, passing that bill, that it was not explicitly included in it, and then the judgment of the court also that we're supposed to look at that thing using the purposive approach to say what is it that they wanted to achieve with this with the passage of the law, and use it in their judgment. Unfortunately, they didn't use that, and so today Nigeria we're facing the wrong of that. So that affects them a lot. They do what they need to do. You saw the last one that happened in Igbo State with Senator Okorocha. I hardly seen him in the house, where they came to say that, oh no, they were forced to give a false result. Somebody came out to say that this wasn't it. And so at the end of the day, they had to give in because of what the law is saying. And so you can't blame them to that extent. And of course, also we need to understand that up to now, it is not legal for the result to be transferred electronically, so you can't blame them. They can't transfer it. Actually have to be done manually and all of that. So these are issues where we have to tread well with INEC. But then INEC itself also has its own problem. We did a lot of it in the body language of INEC, the INEC itself, whereby election is going against the incumbent, and before you know it, INEC talks election, and then elections are cancelled. Then there is a rerun of election, which is now we have a lot of problems, like what happened in Kano State. I mean, the incumbent governor was practically had lost that election, but you saw how they came with guns and everything, and then at that moment they can put in any result because the card reader does not matter. Even if the card reader says, oh, only 2,000 people be accredited, but then the result says 200,000 people. You have to take the result because the card reader is not accredited. And then we have the issue of corruption and all of that. But I think we've had some sentencing of some INEC members, INEC staff in the last 2 years. So it's a mixed feeling. And one of the things also, like I did say, although the 2019 election was so bad, but before then, INEC was actually responding to a lot of issues that were being raised by citizens, by civil society organizations and NGOs and all of that. So I think they did do that with the but there's a whole lot that needs to, because they need to be reformed in that sector also.
All right, thank you very much, Aisha. I really do appreciate you for the time, and I know you're a very busy person, so we'd just like to say thank you for coming out. Thank you for being on this show tonight on the program. I believe we'll have you here again another time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be on EIP. And please, everybody, occupy your office of the citizen. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful 1 hour plus, and seriously speaking, I enjoyed myself. It was revealing, full of facts and information, and I want to believe certain things you should take away from here. We have to be part of it. You have to participate. You have to be involved. And as a citizen, for you to have a right that you have to speak for and protect, you have to be involved. You can't stay out of it and you expect decisions not to go a certain way. You have to be involved so that you also can make your voice count. That's why we're saying on AIE, come and be a part of this so that your voice, your opinion, your view can count. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you to everyone that have been a part of this. Transparency, accountability, and a whole lot of things need to come to play for Nigeria to be that country that you dream of. And I would like to leave it on this note. What even is your dream? What is the Nigeria of your dream? Thank you very much, guys. My name is Ikechukwu Oyemike, a broadcast journalist. Once again, I would like to say I enjoyed myself, and I hope you did. Thank you, everyone that joined. God bless you.
Yeah,